So you get an extra 2 or 3 weeks.
Because you've got enough time to start new storylines.
Of course. So you get like an extra 2 or 3 weeks additional stuff. And like, if you think with Randy Orton and Mick Foley, it started way back when, where this match that we're having this evening, Evolution banned from ringside, IC belt online, is the match that we had to begin with, which made Mick Foley walk away and question his future and etc. etc. And then you get him coming back, getting spat in the face, and you've got the beatdowns. Then you've got Foley coming out. Now he's got this, he's found this inner fucking passion and this inner aggression that he can only have when he embraces Cactus Jack's character. So now you've got that inner side, so that other side of it. Sorry, so you've got people then can go back to compare it to Cactus Jack against Triple H.
Yeah.
And then instantly think the level of danger that match had.
In my opinion,
brings us to
Triple H's feud with Cactus is what propelled Triple H to the star that he is.
Absolutely. And jumping a little bit ahead of time, when we go backstage after this match, when Randy Orton is bloody and beaten up and still full of fucking drawing pins, Triple H goes, tonight you went from legend killer to legend. And literally what this match is the one that puts Randy from mid-carder to... I don't think he's quite there yet, but he's not mid-card no more. He's now serious. He's a serious contender for the world title. If it was on somebody else. And it is on somebody else at the minute in time. Spoiler alert. So, the match itself then. Evolution is barred from ringside. Randy Orton brings a bin full of weapons, while Mick Foley brings Barbie with him, his barbed wire baseball bat.
Yeah, that 2x4. Too well.
I think that wasn't meant to happen. But I think Randy, being the fucking pro that he is, he used it to his advantage. So, picture the scene. For those that have not watched the show and are somehow only following WWE by listening to what I'm about to say. So, Mick Foley's walking down the ramp with his baseball bat full of barbed wire. It looks like a dangerous piece of equipment. And Randy Orton in the ring has found a 2x4, also wrapped in barbed wire, but not tightly like a honeybee's nest. Like it is with the baseball bat. This is just someone thrown a bit of wood at a pile of barbed wire and opening it and stick together. But Randy, by picking it up and kind of holding it as a come on then cunt, the bit of the barbed wire that's not wrapped around the bit of wood has got not wrapped around the top rope. So Randy Orton, for about 5 seconds, is a bit like, what the fuck do I do? And he lets go and goes for a trash can. But by the time he's got the bin, Foley's in the ring with Barbie, and then we're in the corner, Orton on his arse. All he's got to save his life is a fucking bin, and Foley's going to town on that bin. And Orton's face, he looks so scared. And then we're into the ringside, smashing it against a barrier, against a ring post, against a table. It's like any one of them shots. Actually, fucking, you missed it by a second or two and caught him. Orton's a dead man, because I don't believe it's razor wire. No. I believe it's metal though. I don't think it's plastic wire. I think it's because of... It could be plastic wire paint, and it could just be because fucking everything's fake in wrestling. Do you know what I mean? But I don't believe it's razor wire. I don't believe it's as sharp as the... Do you know what I mean? The claim it is. But I believe it is wire, and the speed that Foley were launching these shots...
He was swinging through the rooms.
I'm telling you. But yeah, opening... What did you... I was buzzing.
Best way to start
I was buzzing. This was like... It's a blood feud.
Foley wants to kill him.
It's a blood feud. We're not starting with a leg lock and an headlock and a takedown and an arm drag. We are starting with Foley fucking swinging that bat
for the fucking fences.
Absolutely. Orton absolutely shitting himself, running around the ring, and even knocks a cameraman over, which added to the fucking drama of it. It's a brilliant, and it wasn't meant to happen, because instantly we switched to another camera angle, which was just sort of, just didn't.
The cameraman was
you
shaking
wouldn't have got to that camera angle, would you? It was miles away. But it was brilliant. Orton attacks with a bin. A drop toe hold though, Randy gets the momentum on his side. A drop toe hold sends Foley into the steps, which makes a lovely noise. Because Foley knows exactly where to hit that step to get the best noise out of it. He's practiced that for years.
He is the hardcore legend for a reason.
Absolutely. Foley and Orton, they fight over Barbie, but then Orton attacks with a trash can. 3 big shots, but ends up eating a boot. Orton eats a can as Jerry compares this to Freddy versus Jason. I don't know.
This one's actually got some violence.
Yeah, that was a film. This is grim. This gets grim. Mick Foley, though, he starts flying around the ring. He's like proper moving quick. He's baseball slide. And then it looks like he's actually going to go for it again. And I'm like, Mick Foley, there's a reason why your legs are fucked. Because you're supposed to be retired Right? And you're still running around like you're a full-blown, full-time compare. It's like...
There's a reason you can't walk.
But there's also a reason why it's the Foley effect. And there's also a reason why this match is probably one of the bigger reasons why not any other pay-per-view from Raw gets more attendance, it gets more buy rate, than this one does.
I was just about to say the Foley effect is in full effect here in Edmonton.
Foley nails a swinging neck breaker on the outside before signalling for the Cactus Jack elbow. Orton gets up and heads up the ramp, but when Foley catches him, Orton hits a sick sounding back suplex onto the steel.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Backslide on the ramp gets a 2. Another sick FUD when Orton slams Mick's skull into the steel for another 2. It's like Foley must be the greatest wrestler to ever wrestle against because he loves the pain element of it. He'll
make it as real as possible.
Exactly. Make me fucking
cry.
Take it. We go back to the ring. Orton grabs Barbie, but Foley fights him off with a low blow. Mr. Socko makes an appearance.
But then Cactus Jack.
Foley decides against it because...
It's Cactus Jack.
And it's like supposed to be no holds barred, hardcore style and stuff. So he's like saying to the crowd, he's got Barbie in one hand and he's got Socko in the other hand. And the crowd are going, boo, hey, boo, hey. And he decides against it.
Just to get the pop.
Of course. Instead, he uses Barbie and Orton is busted wide open.
He learned from the best in the business, though.
Blade job from Ric Flair's University of Blading.
Graduation with honours.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful blade job. There's blood fucking everywhere. Foley fires away. He just continues to grate Randy's face. He puts the barbed wire bat on Randy's crotch and drops the leg. Foley fucking loved that spot. He turned to the camera with the biggest grin on his face.
So has Orton got kids by this point, or
he's not going to get anywhere? Fucking telling you. But this is ECW at its finest. It's just a beautiful, proper hardcore wrestling spot. Orton is selling like a fucking pro. Like especially when he's grating it on Orton's face. Yeah. Absolutely, it's selling. He's amazing. Face, the blood's helping.
His expression was perfect.
He gets wrestling, doesn't it? Orton he gets it. Foley then gets some petrol or gasoline.
Did you notice product placement?
No, I didn't.
Next to the gasoline, WD-40.
Oh, was it?
Label facing camera.
Oh, there you go then. Looking Sunday Night Heat sponsored by WD-40.
Backsplash sponsored by WD-40.
Get the squeak out. So yeah, he gets a fucking can of petrol, but Eric Bischoff, he appears and says that if you light that barbed wire with that petrol, we're going to get shut down, pay-per-view's going to end. No, it's not. Stop, why? So I'm thinking, is there some form of law in Edmonton?
Yeah, bear in mind in 2 years' time, we have a flaming table spot at Mania.
Yeah, but it's not in Edmonton. So I'm saying, is there like a law in Edmonton maybe that you can't you can't use petrol indoors or...
Maybe.
I don't know.
Let us know.
Yeah, anyone from Edmonton or Canada that knows like what the laws are, is there a reason why Bischoff's a knobhead and won't let him set fire to that baseball bat?
Other than he's a knobhead.
Wanted him to. Foley chooses instead to bash Orton's head in with a cookie sheet.
That made a beautiful sound.
Yeah, and then he goes out and gets a big piece of MDF covered in barbed wire.
But Orton's selling that cookie shot.
Oh, right. That as well, and Orton's selling, well, we'll get to it in a little while, the selling with the fucking thumbtacks.
Yes.
He's selling in this match full stop. It's been absolutely amazing. What I also find bizarre is the fact that Jerry Lawler is sort of infatuated with Randy Orton's body. Everything about his beautiful body, his model good looks. He won't be able to appear in this magazine now. He won't appear in that magazine now. Jerry's got a weird infatuation about young boys, hasn't he?
It's like the signs were there from the
start. It's clear that Orton has a bit of powder in his hand and he throws it at Foley, who then body slams him onto the bed of barbed wire. Only has a 2 count though. Sets the board up in a corner and Irish whips Mick, who goes face first into the barbed wire.
That was a beautiful spot, I thought, with the Irish whip.
Oh, because
Foley
the stopped
and then
right before, and you got full force and then throwing him straight into it from being about 2 foot away. It's a brilliant spot. Mick Foley chants fucking ringing around the arena as Orton gets out a big bag of thumbtacks.
And Jerry and JR wonder what's in there. What is usually in a little sack like that?
It's a big water bomb. That's all it is. He attempts an RKO, but he's thrown onto the thumbtacks, giving us probably the most iconic Randy Orton spot
Yes.
of the Ruthless Aggression era, of him getting thrown, just flying through the air like Rob Van Dam and landing onto this big pile of drawing pins, or thumbtacks, or we call them drawing pins.
Yeah.
And he must have had a drawing pin in every fucking section of his fucking back and his arms. And ow, fair play on any wrestler that is willing to take that spot, because fucking ow. That simple. Ow.
You could tell he was bracing before Foley was up.
Oh yeah, he knew what was coming.
He was like, how am I jumping here?
Yeah, but I don't imagine you practice that spot.
No.
Do you know what I mean? That's not in rehearsals. You just get thrown on.
I'll do it on the night.
Yeah.
I'll do it on the night.
Not once. Fucking ow. Like, I've caught a drawing pin in my finger before, but it's not gone all the way in.
It's just a little...
Fucking Yes, any wrestler does that, fair fucking play. They go up to the ramp because Randy Orton, I think he needs a minute or two to take these pins out of his hands, because it's all obviously in his arms. He's fighting adrenaline,
all over.
Adrenaline and drugs. Imagine a wonderful cocktail for a back full of drawing pins. But when you're actually trying to like make a fist,
and you've got drawing
pins sticking all over. So he's pulling them all these away. So they go up the ramp. Foley launches Orton off through multiple tables. And I thought it was beautiful because we go up to the top of the ramp. And it looks like they go backstage, but the cameraman doesn't follow.
Well, cameraman's
so you're like, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? And the next thing you know, boom, they're back again. And all of a sudden, Foley launches fucking Orton, and he lands beautifully through like a couple of crates that were set up with tables in them. It's a bit weird. Like a hog pen.
It was very much similar to King of the Ring '98, when Taker throws Mankind.
Yeah. With how he's with how he's kind of flipped.
Yeah,
no, definitely.
And the forces that look like they used.
Yeah. The worst thing was as well, if you're doing that full flip, I'd rather land like face first. You've got a back full of tacks, and you're getting thrown onto a table.
Yeah.
They're now all going to get pushed further into your back. Fucking ow. All the refs are out. They tell Mick Foley that's enough, but he leaps off the ramp with the big Cactus Jack elbow drop. Somehow, though, Randy Orton gets a shoulder up because the crowd believed that was the finish.
Yes.
Because they all did their 1, 2, and all the crowd did. Everyone expected that to be... I kind of thought that was the finish, to be fair. Back to the ring, though, where Foley connects with the double arm DDT for a near fall. Out of desperation, though, Randy Orton uses Barbie to bust Foley open.
With the crimson mask.
Absolutely. There's blood everywhere. He ends up eating Socko, but breaks it with an uppercut and a low blow. Mandible Claw is on again, but Orton hits an RKO while locked in. But that isn't enough. But what is an RKO onto Barbie. And after 23 minutes and about 3 seconds, Randy Orton has turned from legend killer to legend.
And I liked how it took 2 RKOs, the second one being onto Barbie.
Right, let's go back to Triple H versus Mick Foley, Royal Rumble. It wasn't just a pedigree that put Mick Foley down, it was a pedigree onto tax.
Yeah.
He's not just... Mick Foley ain't the kind of guy that's just going to sell your shit. You've got to make me hurt.